What is up, fam? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Phil Sarpon. This is Phil's Guide to PsyD. If it's your first time here, welcome. This channel is dedicated to all things psychology, wellness, and graduate school. One of the things that we're going to be talking about today is the full dissertation process. Now, if you have already not checked out my prior video about the literature review, definitely go check that out. For anyone that does not know, the literature review is a part of the dissertation process. So what you do in graduate school is that you basically do your dissertation in parts, starting from your abstract to collecting your data or collecting your research articles, and then finally doing your literature review and then going into your method section and so forth. And so in this video, I'm going to give you guys the complete picture and timeline of basically some of the steps in terms of actually conducting and finishing your dissertation. Now, I do have to mention again that different programs might have different timelines, might have different systems or different structures or different steps. And so I try to include as many principles in terms of what could be potentially the most similar to every single other program out there. That way you guys can get a little bit of a better picture in terms of what other programs are doing in terms of helping their students conduct their literature reviews as well as their dissertation. All right, so with that, let's go ahead and jump right in. So if you've done the literature review, that hopefully has taken you 1 year to do. Now you have another year to actually finally defend your dissertation. So one of the things that you could start to do is that you can actually start to create a draft of your methods and proposed analysis section of your proposal. Now, here's the thing about this section is that, again, this section is going to require you to have some knowledge about research or stats, because now you're actually going to talk about whether your research is quantitative, whether it's qualitative, what your sample size is going to be, what population that you're going to study, how you're going to conduct the study, how you're going to conduct the experiment, how you're going to analyze the data. So now you're really going into the nitty-gritty and the details of exactly some of the things that you're actually going to do in your research study, whether it's going to be longitudinal, what type of format, what type of system you're going to use to collect the data or to collect the participants. All of these things are going to be talked about in your methods section. And then finally, you can propose your dissertation usually around in the spring of your second year. Now, after you have proposed your dissertation, one of the things that you can do is that you can start to submit an IRB application for your study in the spring of your second year. Now, again, this timeline is based on if you start your dissertation in the first year, then you get it done at the end of your second year. If you start it in your second year, you get it done at the end of your third year. If you start in your third year, you get it done at the end of the fourth year. So this dissertation process or timeline is going about it in a 2-year process. So once you have submitted your IRB, for anyone that does not know what an IRB application is, basically that application is for anyone that wants to study something, whether it involves human subjects, has to go through this application process where basically you have to convince the committee that your experiment is safe, that it's going to be okay for human subjects to do, that you're not doing anything crazy, right? And so that's basically the whole process of the IRB application. So once you've submitted that, then you can complete your data collection. You can use whatever system that you're using to collect your sample size. You can collect your data collection, and then finally you can actually clean your data set, run your analyses, draft your results section during the fall of your third year. After that, you can draft your discussion. Then you can defend your dissertation during the spring or the summer of your third year. And then finally, you can write up your dissertation for publication during the summer between third and fourth year, and finally submit that manuscript for publication during the late summer or early fall of fourth year. And then finally, as you're doing all of this, you can apply to internship, and you can even submit your proposal of your dissertation for an APA convention or some other type of conference. Now, one of the things that's really beneficial about finishing your dissertation before you apply to internship is that when you apply to internship, a lot of internship sites are going to perhaps prefer students who have already completed their dissertation or even who have already completed their EPPP licensure exam. The main reason for this is that once they get these students, they can have these students full-time, not having to worry about their students taking time off to do dissertation stuff or taking time off to do and study their EPPP, right? So they can really have them all to themselves as they pay them a fairly, low salary, but they are a residency, they are going through their internship, so it's not going to be a lot of money, but they will want to take advantage of you in terms of utilizing you for as much time as possible. So for anyone who is looking to perhaps try and finish their dissertation a little bit earlier, finish their EPPP a little bit earlier before they graduate, this could actually be beneficial for you, especially if you apply to different internships and you let them know where you are in the process of your dissertation, or where you are in the process of either completing your licensure exam and whatnot. So that is just something to think about as you're going through your dissertation. Again, that is the overall timeline. Again, guys, this is probably going to look different for different people in different programs who might be studying different things, but this is just an example. And again, a step-by-step process of what it looks like to actually potentially complete a dissertation, all right? When I was applying for graduate school, I had no idea the different steps that it took to complete a dissertation, but hopefully, as you guys can see this, you guys can give yourself a little bit of an idea of when to start looking, how to go about it, and perhaps what to expect when you actually go into graduate school and you actually start looking and starting your dissertation. All right, so hopefully that was helpful. If you have any questions, definitely put it down in the comment section below. If you have not already, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and I will see you guys in the next video.